Hello, boils and ghouls. Spooky season is upon us, and what better way to kick it off than a movie review for the new Conjuring film? I personally did not like the last Conjuring film, but this one was a fairly decent step up from that. But in the way that, like, when you do a retest and you get a D instead of an F, passable, but not very impressive. I gotta say, I love the story of Ed and Lorraine Warren, and I love that they have put it in such a digestible film format. However, I just think that these movies have just kind of lost their edge a little bit. Like, I get it, you can't show too much, and you got to keep it like kind of grounded in the reality of what happened, but at the same time, excuse me, like a horror movie with no deaths is kind of bland, right? But not only just that, you also run into the trouble of other things. Also, here's just a heads up, just in case you're the type of person that does the look up if the dog dies. There's a dog in this movie. Dog lives. You don't need to worry about the dog. The dog is fine. What I did not expect going into this movie was for it to really be focusing on Ed and Lorraine's daughter's relationship. Like, her relationship with her fiance, then husband by the end of the movie, is a very big part of the film. Like, I can't even stress that enough, that it is a very large portion of the film that is focused on him wanting her wanting him, them wanting to be together. But they kind of like throw that to the wayside because they forgot, I guess, for a moment that they needed to make this the demon movie. Staying out of spoiler territory, which honestly, this doesn't really matter because like all the stuff that's in the Conjuring films is in the Ed and Lorraine story. Like, you can just go look that up. It's on all of the internet. You can go take a trip to their museum. Matt Rife just bought it. So I don't know if it's still cool, but who knows? Maybe he's actually leaving it alone. But yeah, no, Ed and Lorraine go and help another family. This family is dealing with a massive demonic possession, and they have 3 spirits with them that the demon is using to kind of like obfuscate the vision from the demon itself. But I feel like a lot more time could have been used to flesh that out rather than spending so much time on focusing on Ed coming to terms with his aging, which great aspect of the film. However, these movies have come across more like they're just trying to make this couple like the John Constantine married couple. You know what I'm saying? Like, they show up, they get rid of the demons, cool shit happens while they're getting rid of the demons, and like it's coming across more like a supernatural superhero film more than a horror franchise. But still, I think that all the special effects were good, all the special cinematography was good. A lot of it seemed wasted because it just led into the generic jump scares that they always do for horror movies like this. But what I can say is, because of how heavily they focus on that relationship between Ed and Lorraine's daughter and her husband, this is like the most straight played horror movie that I feel like they were trying to like just squeeze as much rom-com in there as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally plays ping pong and has like a stammering moment where he's like asking Ed and Lorraine if they can give him their blessing to marry their daughter, right? And sweet, very cute, very nice. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of funny moments with him, but this did not come across as a full-on horror movie, and I was expecting a little bit more, if that makes any sense. But then again, I don't know what I was expecting, because like ever since Insidious, this has kind of been going downhill a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, The Conjuring films are great. Insidious was a good movie. Like, all of this is great. I just really think that this franchise has had varying quality and it's gotten a lot lower over the years. With all that being said, I did enjoy myself. I enjoyed myself watching this movie. I love these actors. Sorry. Patrick Williams and Vera Farming, they are great actors. I love them in other things, but this is like their bread and butter. This has been their bread and butter for a very long time now. And I'm glad that they've been in work, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be mad at that. But at the same time, I do really wish that the horror movie like genre for film would really like up their game, because you either need to bring back the cheesy 90s stuff like all the slashers, or you need to like really hunker down and tell a good horror movie story. Because like, even with Sinners earlier this year, it was a fantastic movie, but when it was being advertised and when people were talking about it, they made it sound like it was scary. But it's just an action movie. It's just a vampire action movie. I love it, but it's like you put a ghoul or a goblin in something and then people automatically tell you that it's horror. What? you know what I'm saying? What? Like, yeah, there's some creepy moments, but like, you never really have any like big like horror or dread moments in that film. And this is coming from somebody who like understands what they were going for those moments where they were supposed to be dread, where they were supposed to be that like existential or like a creature type horror going on there. But yeah, final thoughts, I would say great film. A little all over the place with their direction, but overall great film. Solid, concise, told the story that they wanted to tell. Everybody brought their game face. I don't know if it's their A game, but they brought their game face. They really came in and acted. You know what I'm saying? Nobody phoned it in. Everybody did their job. I think the family could have probably been involved more, like once the Warrens got there, but I guess the whole story is about like how the Warrens were the target instead of the family, which is cool, but that's just my 2 cents. And if I had to give this a rating, the official Trey to Canon movie review rating for The Conjuring, the final chapter, would probably need to be a solid 6 out of 10. Like I said, not horrible, not fail, but definitely could have been better in a lot of areas. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. I just kind of wanted to talk about that. And that was it. That was the movie review for The Conjuring, the final chapter. This has been Trey to Canon.